Hey everyone, Liz here from the Nail Hub, and I wanted to do a little bit of a product packaging update today. Light Elegance has been very busy updating their product line, and there's some really good features that are going to come with this transition. First off, just to be perfectly clear and to put this out there before you guys start to panic, there are no formula changes happening, so everything is just a packaging change. And I'll talk about a couple things that are going to be part of this transition in just a second. But the transition is going to be done gradually, and there's just some really cool stuff to come down the pipeline. So let me show you what the differences are. Light Elegance is always trying to improve what they do, and I give them so much credit for that because it is really easy to get complacent with what you're doing, and I love that Light Elegance is always upping the ante. So let's start with the jars, and this is going to apply to the glitter gels. I have an example of the old color gel here, and I'll talk about that in just a second. So you'll notice that there's a difference in the way the jars look. So the new jars are white. Let me just zoom in a little bit here. So the new jars are white, and they also have kind of this tapered bottom and tapered lid. You'll also notice that the new size is 10 milliliters. The old size of these was 17 milliliters. So the reason why Light Elegance decided to do this is because 17 ml of any color is a lot. And also, if they do a smaller amount in the jar, they're able to lower the price point of the product, which I think is amazing because it means that you can afford to get more colors and you're going to actually go through your product. You're not going to have it aging on the shelf. You're not going to have any of those things that happen when we have too much product and we never get through it. So I really like that. The stickers are beautiful. They did update the sticker just a teeny bit just to try and get it as true to color as possible. And the other big thing that I love about the new jars, I don't know if you guys had any of these issues. Let me open one that I already have open, just a second. The previous jars had a very thin lip around the edge of the jar, and mix that with the long oligomer chain formula that Light Elegance uses, it creates this kind of creeping gel factor where the gel starts to move up the sides of the jar. And once it starts to touch those threads and the edge, it just starts to seep out a little bit. So one of the challenges that I used to have with these previous jars is just that they would get a little bit sticky and a little bit goopy. Some of them worse than others, but especially, in Arizona in a warmer environment, my house is usually somewhere in the ballpark of 75 degrees. So you can imagine with warmer temperatures, with the gel swelling, also with that long oligomer chain formula, which kind of acts like monkeys in a barrel, and that thin rim around the edge of the jar, it's really hard to keep the gel in the jar and not on the threads and not seeping out onto the side. So if you ever experience that, that is why. It's one of the small trade-offs that you make by having an amazing hypoallergenic formula like Light Elegance offers. So it never really was a big deal to me, but they have addressed that with the new packaging. With the new jar, you'll notice, let me just leave this lid off for a second. Whereas these old jars had a very thin rim on them, these other jars have a much thicker rim on them. And what's cool is I'm noticing that there is no leaking happen, even when gel gets on the rim just from me, wiping my brush off on the side or whatever I might be doing. I notice that the gel is not creeping into the threads of the jar and it's not getting all over the side of the jar. So this is making a huge difference. Obviously, you do want to keep your gels clean. So if you just clean the rim before you put them back, it's going to make a huge difference, but it's so much cleaner, so much nicer, and you can see that nice texture on the edges too is going to really attach to the foamy insert on the inside, and it's going to keep this nice and clean, okay? So that is a great change on the jars. I love that. And it doesn't look like there's that much less product. There is 7 ml difference between the two jars, so the price point is going to be cheaper. It's a price difference of $7, which is absolutely amazing, and I think this is going to be such a great change for an already great glitter gel formula, but just to update that packaging, make it a little bit more affordable. The jars also take up a little bit less space because they are a teeny bit smaller. And I think the white packaging is so on brand for Light Elegance and just really elevates everything that they're doing. So I love the new gel jars, huge fan. One other update in regards to these 17 ml jars is the color gels, this original color gel formula, which is the hard gel color line. The color gels are actually being discontinued. It's just because the formula is the original color gel formula, and Light Elegance has been noticing that it just isn't appealing to a lot of people. P Plus gel polish has become much more popular, and so has Buttercream. So one of the things that you will notice is the color gels are completely going away. They're going to get phased out slowly as stock gets eliminated. So if you love color gel and you want to, stock up on a particular color, now is the time to do that. At the Nail Hub, we are doing a special on these color gels that are getting discontinued so that you guys can save on those if you still want to buy some of them. They are a great formula. There's nothing wrong with the formula. It's just that it's just not as popular as it used to be. It's the OG color, and honestly, Buttercream is so much more pigmented and is able to do so many more things than the original color gel that I think it's a smart move for Light Elegance to do that. So obviously there are some popular colors in the color gel line that have never been available in Buttercream. Light Elegance is totally aware of that. And they are actually working on creating all of the popular color gels, the most popular color gels, they are going to be putting into the Buttercream formula. So don't panic if there's a color that you love, like Marshmallow or Lover's Lane. They are going to be making those color gels into the Buttercream formula, which is also super cool. And for those of you that haven't tried Buttercream, I highly recommend it. I actually have a full all about Buttercream video here on my YouTube channel. I'll link it up above. It will give you a data download on everything Buttercream and all of the amazing advantages of it. But in a nutshell, it's a very, very highly pigmented, amazing color gel that goes on nice and thin. It can be used for full color nails, and it can also be used for nail art. But there's a few differences between the application of the original color gel and Buttercream, and also other color gels and Buttercream. So please watch that video if you're interested in learning about the differences of how to successfully apply Buttercream and how to really leverage all of its amazing features. Okay, so we've got the two newest releases as far as getting those original color gel colors into Buttercream. They are continuing to release the collections of colors. So this is the new LE Rocks Fall 2023 collection. Still, what you're going to expect is this amazing packaging with new Buttercream colors and the amazing box that now has a QR code in it so you can watch a Buttercream tutorial if you're interested in learning how to do that. Love that. But yes, you will definitely expect more amazing colors to come into the Buttercream family. And then last but not least, there are some changes happening with P+. Again, I want to emphasize that the changes have nothing to do with formula, because P+ already got an update on its formula not too long ago, and I think it's got an amazing formula. And for those of you wanting bottled soak-off color, this is going to be the product for you. So P+, when they first revamped P+, P+ used to actually come in these more cylindrical bottles, and then they decided to do the round bottom flask, which I think is also very on brand. But when they decided to do P+, they chose a black bottle, which is very elegant, but it's also not very Light Elegance, right? Light Elegance is pink and it's white and it's very vibrant and fun and bubbly. And I think the update to P+ just looks so amazing. You can see the P+ logo is much bigger, so it's much easier to see that that is exactly what P+ is. It does come in 10 ml. So these are actually 15 ml bottles. I know this one might look smaller than this one, but this actually contains 15 ml of gel polish. This one contains 10. So again, the price point is dropping significantly to $12.95, which I think is great. That is going to allow people to be able to afford more colors. And I also really like the new bottle, it actually sits much nicer in the racks that I have. The round shape was a little bit difficult because if you want to have them facing forward, you get kind of all this wasted space on your shelf because of the round shape. Round bottom flask is super cute, and that's a nod to the chemistry behind Light Elegance. But I do really like this new bottle shape. I think it's going to sit much nicer. It looks cleaner. I love the white. I love the bigger logo. I just think it really draws more attention to that P+ factor. I like the longer handle also, slightly longer handle, which I think makes it a little bit easier to hold on to, especially when I have long nails. Sometimes it's harder to hold onto teeny tiny lids. One of the biggest changes is that they are actually putting real gel inside of the cap, which is super cool. So let me just zoom in here. So these caps actually contain a real bit of the gel polish that's inside. So if you're looking at these in a drawer and you've got them lined up, you're going to be able to see your gel color right from the top of the lid. Also, if you allow your clients to touch your gel polish bottles, clients can see the color without opening the bottle. As we all know, clients love to open things. I don't know why, because with nail polish, it's glass, you can see the color inside, and with gel polish, you don't open them because we don't want them exposed to UV light. So most nail techs do not have their gel polishes out as far as I've seen. Usually you've got like a swatch that you allow people to touch and feel and look at, and the bottles can stay, elsewhere. But I also think this is a nice touch. So if you want to put them out, you want to advertise that you're using a nice product like P+, I think this is a great feature. And also for us, it's just really nice. Now, one of the things I will say that Light Elegance was dealing with any time that you develop something new, there's always going to be things that you don't anticipate. And one of the things that happened with these caps was the quality of the plastic from the manufacturer they were getting them from. There was an issue where the caps were cracking. And I also love this about Light Elegance. Rather than just release the product and allow it to be a defect down the road and just, excuse it away or whatever, they actually held back the P+ launch. So you'll notice, like even on the Nail Hub, we have all of the new 2023 Fall Ellie Rocks collection, but we don't have the P+ in stock yet. We have been doing pre-order for these, but we also didn't want to push that. And I'm glad that Light Elegance was ahead of the issue, took care of it, they are fixing it, and we should have the P+ version of these new bottles very, very soon. So just a little bit of update on those. The brush is equally amazing. The brush on P+ has always been really nice. It's just a nice oval. So when you're getting up to the cuticle area, it just creates that nice shape and just really nice application of the product. And just really smooth. I love how you just get that smooth spread of the hairs in the brush. Just really, really nice for making sure that everything just is able to get really close to the cuticle area. So amazing, amazing all around for the new packaging from Light Elegance. Like I said, the color gels are being discontinued. So if you want to stock up on those, go for it. We also have listed all of the new packaging inside of the original product pages. So for example, if you were looking for a specific color, you will see that there's actually 2 size options. We just have those available so that when we restock in the new packaging size, those will actually be available for purchase. And in the interim, we are providing some specials to allow you guys to purchase the old packaging. You get more product in the bottle. So if you're not bothered by packaging and you just want to stock up on your favorite colors right now is a great time to do that. And if you're wanting to hold out until the new packaging arrives, we will have that available very soon, and you will be able to see that populate as we start to get those colors. Again, this is a very slow transition. It's being done in a very thoughtful way. So Light Elegance is going to be doing this gradually as we run out of those colors and as we run out of that inventory. They're going to be launching these new packaging options, and then they are going to be coming out with those new colors in the new packaging and the new formula. So watch out for Buttercream to feature all of your favorite color gel colors. We are very excited about this change, and change is one of those things that nobody really likes, but I actually think this is a really great change for Light Elegance to make. I think it's going to be such an amazing upgrade to their already amazing product. And I also think that, you know, when you've got an amazing product, an amazing formula, you do need to have the packaging that really puts that out there for people and really gives your formula that, I don't know, that professional look and that beautiful look. So I think this is a really, really good step for Light Elegance. I am very excited about all of these things. And if you guys have any questions about the new packaging, about the new sizes, about the new price points, anything like that, send us an email at support@thenailhub.com. We're happy to help you with that. And if you're looking to transition to the new packaging, if you're concerned about that transition, we are here for you. We will support you through this. I think you guys are really ultimately going to love all of the changes that are coming, but I know that there are just differences with every single business. So let us know what you think. Get in touch, and we will help you through this process. All right? Thanks, guys. Bye.